And we're live. It's like, feels like 60. What do you think?
It's in the 50s.
It's in the 50s. We got a great deal on trees. Got 7 trees from our local Tractor Supply. Don't count them out, but make sure you check what varieties there are and what zones there are. So they had a bunch of trees. This one's zone 4, perfect for our area. It goes to minus 35 degrees C, which is minus 30. Pretty good tree, and it's a Kiefer pear. So we got 3 of those total now on the property. One of them is well established by the chicken yard.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of apples, and this one's a nice one. It's Pink Lady, which also zone 5 goes to minus 20, so it should be good in our orchard. Plus, they're good-looking trees. Pretty big size, and they were only, guess how much they were? Did I tell you already?
No, you didn't.
Oh. How much do you think they were?
$30 a pop.
They were, in fact, 30 a pop. So that's a great deal on fruit trees. And I'll go out to the orchard with you, and I'll show Alan's out there with the trees.
And one of these days we'll actually have fruit.
We have had apples that we just...
Barely. Fruit is hard.
Frankie needs to go in.
Yeah, it's weird.
So let's go out here and see Alan. And so we're also amending our raised beds with, well, Alan did this. He put compost in all our raised beds. We're just a little bit. And all this weird stuff you see from under the snow is from the pocket gophers. Totally going to town, which is a big problem here. And so what we're walking up on here is Alan. He's making one of our cages that we use for the trees. And this is so our pocket gophers don't eat them completely. And now we're putting in one of the least favorite apples, but we're going to try it anyway. We don't have one. That's a Red Delicious.
Cut off that much?
Yeah, that way we don't stab ourselves.
Exactly.
So we've already got a couple trees planted. I'll go show you those as we move around here. Again, you can see the amount of gopher damage we have and why we need to cage these trees. Now, a good thing out here where this tree went in, this is a Kiefer pear that we put in right here in the mint field, is we now have all these rhizomes from this chocolate mint, and it is growing already. One of the first things that come up here. Now, if we had mulched this, it would be growing under the mulch. So there's actually something growing 3 months before the last freeze here, and that's mint. Pretty amazing, and it smells amazing. So now we have these rhizomes. What we can do is chop these up and put them in pots and have hundreds of starters for mint around the property. You could bring them to the farmer's market and sell them. So much you can do. And here we have a nice properly planted pear tree. It's just above grade on this mound. And here you can see an interesting problem in this front orchard. We have so much wind that the trees tend to grow at an angle. They get pushed to the side. So, and I have this other issue here with this pear tree, which is alive and budding well in about 12 feet. Is this tree 12 feet? Yeah. Yeah, 12 footer. Is this something weird happening down here on the bark? But it is alive and well. I don't know what's going on there. It doesn't look like it should be alive. So maybe I need to wrap it with something. I've seen fruit trees wrapped in plastic and stuff like that. So now one of the reasons why we can plant these trees months ahead of time in this area is because they came dormant. The buds haven't pushed out yet. I can't even see if I'm showing you the bud there. Am I? Oh, there it is. The buds haven't pushed out yet, so it will naturally wake up with the environment here. That's the plan. And I've used this technique before here, and it works. As long as the tree hasn't started to become undormant, it will naturally pick up the vibes here. And that's the plan. So we're planting trees. What are you doing to survive and thrive in the coming times? Prices are going up. Fruit's going to be scarce. I mean, it's scarce enough here in Pagosa. We barely get any. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and work as hard as Alan. Be safe.